Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm doing another video. I really wanted to talk about, and I had an idea to talk about this, and I tell mom about this all the time. I want to do a video about leaving memories for your children, leaving memories for your kid, not just memories, leaving tangible things behind. And why do I say that? Because my dad, he wasn't always in my life. He was kind of, when I was a child, he would visit me on weekends. My mom and dad separated, which sucked. As a kid, going through that, for any child, it kind of sucks. It does. My mom did a great job, though, and my dad was a great guy. But, I think he was. he was good to me, and he was always respectful, and my dad was very, different from the average person. What I liked about him, he was very, creative. He brought out the creativeness in me. He always believed in me. He was like, "Oh, Melvin, you're intelligent, you're smart. Cedenios, that's my last name, Cedeno. Cedenios are always smart. They're intelligent. They're, he would always. I used to play video games. He would play video games with me. He would play classical music. I'm telling you, when you have. My daughter says, I play music for my child now, but when she gets a little older too, I'm going to play some different, diverse music. Open up your child's mind to different things. Take your child out to the park. I'll never forget those memories. My dad took me to the park and did all those things. And anyway, but, he used to see me every weekend, and then it was every other weekend, and then once in a while, and then it was just a phone call here and there, and he went to another country, and then we just lost contact, and it really sucked. But let me not get too sidetracked. I'm saying that to say this, that my dad passed away. I think it was 2010. I'm not going to get into the details of what happened. Those who are close to me, they know what happened, but he passed away, and I didn't get to bury him. I didn't get to say my goodbyes, and it really sucked. I went through a really, really hard time for a long time. And the thing with my dad is I don't have anything from him. I don't have, and it's not about money. That doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with anything. I'm talking about, I wish I had some of his books. My dad used to play the guitar to me when I was a kid, when I was a baby, when I was a child. He used to make songs for me, personal songs for me. I wish I could have got his guitar. Supposedly it was stolen. That's what I was told in the Dominican Republic. And I didn't get anything from him. I wish that I got to know him better. I wish that, I had that advice. My mom, she did great, but I wish I had the advice from my dad from a male perspective growing up. I always wondered, what is it to be a man? What does it mean being a man? I feel like now I've learned on my own, now that I have a family, but I wish I had that male role figure dad, especially too, one of the things that I would always think about my dad is when I would go to church and I needed to put on, the real tie, the tie that you have to tie it up on that stuff. I never knew how to do it, and I had some other people kind of show me. I didn't know, but in the back of my mind, I felt like that's something that Dad should have showed me. Dad should have been there to tell me how to put on that tie. Dad should have been there to give me advice with girls and women and things like that. But I'm getting sidetracked again. I'm getting very sidetracked. So, now that I'm a dad, I want to do things different. I don't want to fall into that same category of, not being there all the time for my child. Even if things don't work out with mom and dad should still, or mom or whoever it is, should always be involved. And my dad didn't leave things for me. He didn't leave notes, or maybe he did, and I don't know about it. Maybe people are hiding that from me. I don't know, but I don't have anything from my dad, and it's like a missing hole in my life, so before my baby was born, I started writing notes to my daughter, right? Mom has these things here, these little books that you buy, and mom was making little notes of dates and records and stuff like that. So she has this, and she has another little thing that's similar like this, and she writes stuff in there. So if you have one of these, or if you don't have one of these, you can get one of these. Let me just show you what I did. Here I started writing before she was even born. I was writing to my daughter. All right, I'm still going to continue. I have another book for 2017. I'm going to write more. I put dates, times, and pretty much what I wrote is I wrote about myself. I wrote about her, my experience of her being in the belly. And I also wrote like some tips, like tips to life, some guidance, some wisdom, some things I thought were really wise. Wrote some quotes. And why did I do this? Why do I think it's important? Because you never know when it's going to be your time. You never know, something could happen to you. You know, something, you could die. You could get into a car accident. Something, you know, I know 2 people recently that got a heart attack, a pharmacist and a pharmacy technician. They both have heart attacks. All right. And one was pretty young. The other one was a little older, but still young. So you never know what can happen. You never know when your time's coming. And if you go, the most important thing, I mean, leaving money for your children or like having some sort of a life insurance is important, but I don't think it's as important as leaving pieces of you, leaving little crumbs of your life so your child can know about you, can read about you, can have some guidance. You know, if I would have stuff from my dad, the only thing I have from my dad is like some pictures, like 3 pictures maybe of us together when I was a baby. That's it. You know, so I make a point to write these notes, write little letters to my daughter. You know, I have a bunch of pictures. I have all these kind of things. I have these videos. You know, God forbid if something was to ever happen, you know, I have a piece of my life, a small piece, but a piece of my life in these videos, in these notes, and in everything that I do. So that's my tip to you. Let me know. You parents, do you write notes to your kids? Do you have tangible things that that you're leaving in case something happens? And even if nothing does happen, it's still awesome to be able to look back and look at these things, you know, and your child, when they're a kid, when they're a teenager, they probably won't appreciate it as much as when they're older. Like now, like, you know, I appreciate my mom a lot more now than when I did when I was a kid, when I was a child. Like I didn't have that perspective on life. Now I appreciate my mom a whole lot more. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. If you leave any, like if you write notes and stuff like that, let me know. Give me some feedback. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself.